Donald Trump's lawyers filed a legal brief this week with the United States Supreme Court, asking them, of course, to take up the issue of whether or not states have the authority to kick him off the ballot for engaging in an insurrection. And according to legal experts pretty much across the board, the filing was part word salad and part so bad that it might give the Supreme Court no choice but to rule against him. Here is what legal expert, former U.S. Attorney Barbara McQuade said on MSNBC after the filing was made. She said, "I do agree with one of the things he wrote in this brief, which is this is a matter of significant importance that must be decided urgently." She then continues, "The lead argument that he makes here is one I haven't heard before. You know, he's got all the greatest hits in there. The 14th Amendment doesn't apply to the U.S. president. This wasn't an insurrection. Even if it was, he didn't engage in it. All the things we might expect." One he led with that is interesting to me is that the 14th Amendment only bars someone from holding office, not running for office. So Donald Trump's lawyers, in their filing to the Supreme Court, tell him like, hey, he's allowed to be on the ballot because the 14th Amendment only says he can't hold an office, not that he can't run for an office. So, we're going literal letter of the law here, and he's allowed to be on the ballot. And then what? If he wins, he's still barred from holding office? That's what McQuade brings up when she says he should be permitted to run, be elected, and only on January 20th of 2025 should it be said, sorry, folks, he can't serve. That's kind of the argument she points out that his lawyers are making. Like, he's allowed to run, he can be on the ballot, he just can't serve if he wins. Interesting take there. Other legal experts also pointed out how stupid the filing is. You had former U.S. Attorney Joyce Vance, who said, no shame, no decency, talking about Trump's efforts to disenfranchise voters. Then you had Andrew Weissman, who, of course, former prosecutor who had served on Mueller's team, who said the sort of gall that the brief represents, it's really, I think, shocking. It's really sort of beyond the pale and legally wrong. So I like that. He's like, this is just, it's kind of shocking that they're so just arrogant with it, especially when they're just wrong on the legal facts. Then George Conway says, this is a bizarre document, and I think it reflects the weakness of Trump's position. He's throwing stuff up at the wall or throwing stuff up in a zoo cage and seeing what would stick. So that's kind of the consensus among these legal experts, but I do think it is interesting that his lawyers included that part in there that McQuade pointed out that's like, hey, he can be on a ballot, he might not be able to serve. So the Supreme Court has a lot of decisions to make here, and of course the Supreme Court is not a fact finder. That's what the lower courts do. The Supreme Court's job is to essentially determine whether or not the law was correctly applied in certain instances. So that is what they're going to be doing. So all of these arguments that Trump's lawyers have made, and this was actually pointed out by CNN legal expert Eli Honig, he's like, listen, the Supreme Court is not even going to touch those things. So they've included a ton of crap in here, like it wasn't an insurrection, or if it was, he didn't engage in it, or if he engaged in it, he's still... The Supreme Court is like, we don't care. Like, that's not for us to determine. The lower courts made that determination. Sure, whatever. All we're going to determine is, does the 14th Amendment apply to him or not? Was that correctly applied by these courts? So that is what the ultimate decision is going to be. And if it's up to Donald Trump's lawyers to convince the Supreme Court, then I think we're going to be in for a very interesting hearing when this finally comes about. Ring of Fire is just a few subscribers short of hitting that 1 million subscriber milestone. So if you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and do so and stay up to date with all of the latest from Ring of Fire.